Should be there. Alright. Oh, what the hell's going on, everyone? It's good, Ben. Today we're going to be reviewing another project that I worked on years ago. To give you a frame of reference as far as how old this is, you'll see an old flip phone. There's a clip at the very end of John who gets his makeup done. It was a clip that never got used, but I remember being there that day, and we were talking about someone mentioned Facebook, and I was like, "What's Facebook?" So this was the transition from MySpace to Facebook. So MySpace was on its way out. So that tells you anything. That's how old this film is. So we are going to play everyone's favorite game show. It's the trash riding, or is Jamie Lynn Spears opened up her legs again? Might as well, considering how poorly edited this film was. So I tried saving this film. I went back and I looked at all the footage that we had at the time. I can't save this. There's no way I can rearrange clips or possibly make a better storyline. This film just it was a nice idea, but it wasn't executed properly. At times we were making things up on the spot. So let's get into it. Again.
Hey, it's me again.
Flip phone.
Yeah, but it needs more special sauce this time. Yeah, you heard me. Needs more sauce.
I do like this opening though. There's my 15 minutes of fame. I like how the fluorescent light that I was using had like this weird delay effect. Again, I look at this now and there's like 20 different things I would have done differently with this shot. Obviously, I would have taken away the cat food and water bowls that my cats were using at the time. I would have taken away the horrible chainsaw. Now, at the time, Spirit Halloween I don't think was around, and there hadn't been replica chainsaws, or at least toy chainsaws essentially, other than this 2D one. We didn't exist. You go to Spirit Halloween now, you can get a 3D chainsaw, the motor runs and everything. We didn't have that back then, so I'm doing what I can with what I got. So yeah.
I am starving.
I got one.
Oh,
It's a sandwich?
It's Cody, John, and Shane on the right.
Bread.
It's a weird.
Bread. And yeah, that's wheat bread. And bread.
Oh man, that's a really bad
Sweet sandwich.
That's awesome.
It's not a sweet sandwich. It's just bread. My parents are so poor.
We're all poor.
You guys are poor. I'm not poor. You're not poor, but we are.
Oh. Yeah, you just transferred here. Give it a week, you'll be rolling around in blood banks.
Oh. I thought this was supposed to be a good school.
No, that's ska. Speaking of ska,
Oh, what's that?
you know what time of year it is now?
March.
Here, I'll give you a really long story that makes no sense as to later. But ska, every year, they always prank us.
So the plot of the movie is two schools fighting it out. One school is called Colon, the other is called Ska. The rest of the guys there, they came up with those names. I didn't. At this point, my mindset was just to be the camera operator. I didn't really contribute as much to the storyline or lining up various shots, which, looking back on this, I regret it. I wish I had kind of more input as far as the filming process went. Some of the days that they did film, I wasn't there, so I had no control over this. And as far as the whole editing, as far as putting it together, I didn't do that. So there's multiple things that I regret about this project that I wish I had been a little more involved with. So
Last year, they shaved our school's mascot, took all the hair, super glued it to a hat, sent it to my house. My parents opened the box. They jumped out of the bushes, pried their mouths open, and force-fed them the furry hat.
It was warm. These guys have.
I don't really care for these zoom
All
ins.
prank us at this time of the year.
So this is Steph, Sam, and oh god, I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I don't remember his name, but they're supposed to be from the rival school, Ska. So
Nothing until this
Hey,
April.
boys.
Do what?
Hey, why do you come over here?
you can clearly see all the props on the table next to us. That's oh god, what the fuck was I thinking?
Do you like things?
I shouldn't have filmed that.
Like what? Bread sandwiches? Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
Out of here.
I don't blame. Where are you going?
Oh, it's time.
Aren't you hungry? We have food. Lots of food.
So there was, because we didn't have a lot of people working on this project, there was some confusion, I think, as to who was on which side. You know, are you with Colin or Scott? And I think some of the people here were kind of pulling double duty as far as being two different characters, which I think made it confusing unless you were actually there working on the film with us. You didn't really know what was going on, so hence why I'm explaining a lot of this. But I would think that if you're in a school and people from the rival school come to your school, I would think that you would take notice and be like, you're not supposed to be here. Why are you here? But again, this is mainly supposed to be some, comedy, so I think you could get away with not having logic.
I only have one sandwich.
Because that's all we can afford.
That stinks.
What's wrong with your sandwich?
It's kind of red. A blood sandwich? Oh my god! Scott! This year.
So, yeah, you'll see later on, Cody had a hell of a time with that sandwich. He literally got the fake blood all over his mouth, all over his shirt. He had fun with it. It was hilarious. So, again, this is a puppet that we were constantly using at the time. So we had him be one of the characters to narrate this, do his best, I guess, to narrate this story. John did a good job. I will give him that. But just everything. Again, this movie wasn't exactly executed very well.
A terrible act has been performed. A blood sandwich was given to one of the Colin kids by the Scar. And now, a battle will be waged. Who is the better school? Who is the stronger school? Which deserves to survive, to move on, to be named the best school of them all?
But the girls from Scar, they weren't too bright.
This staff.
Take Lori, for example. Look at her, she drinks from a water.
So, we were filming at the high school after hours. You can see the people in the background there. Couple things I would have changed about this scene. I do like the music. It's very sitcom-ish, kind of just introing all the characters. I think with the background people, I would have either not had them be in the shot at all, or have them be at one of the tables, kind of spread out behind Steph there, just to kind of give a sense of, you know, activity going on in the lunchroom. But, you know, again, this is after hours. Everyone has gone home. There's janitors and a couple of late teachers staying late at night, you know. And then us. So
Yeah, we got to go.
it's the graveyard shift, essentially. I wonder if she got sick by sticking her finger in the thing and licking the fucking water up.
And then there was Kara. She also had the hots for me.
I was there for that day. It was very weird going to the women's bathroom with a fucking camera.
She also had the hots for me. She had a drinking problem. What kind of drink you ask? Water. That's why they call her.
Now, I don't know if John was doing the voiceovers right there on the spot, or if they, I don't think they edited them in afterwards. I think he just did them on the spot. He must have.
And over here, the downtrodden yet brave Colin kids.
Yeah, you can see John's hand in the back. So the puppet, it's not exactly the greatest for, you know, trying to, you know, you really have to position yourself properly to hide the fact that your arm's back there working the puppet. So.
And that's Yuri. He dances all the time. I always out-danced him. He had nothing. Look at him try. Look at him try. Huh, Yuri. Huh, huh.
It's pretty good.
He also had the hots for me. And there's Anthony. Anthony Nuss.
Another shot of people in the background, which I wish didn't happen. You know, it's unfortunately, because I, for one, I know I wasn't there that day. I would have lined up the shot a little bit better, or just told everyone just to get on the opposite side of the hallway. So.
For some reason, everyone calls him Butt. But he's really a nice guy. I've never seen him do anything wrong. Through my entirety of being with him, he did not have the hots for me.
You know what we should do, guys? I think this year we should get Scott back.
I don't like the text on the screen, just so amateurish. Yeah, you can see Cody has the bloodied shirt now, so yeah, this is well after the fact. Obviously, Shane has a whole new outfit. So, there's a lot of continuity errors.
You should call somebody. Hey, Ma.
Hey, Ma. Ma.
There's a blood sandwich. A blood sandwich? Yep.
Dude, we need to get Scott.
Who's this?
The transition just cut way too short, and now I think people are playing double characters. So Shane's here, Shane.
Going down.
You hear about the whole
Cody.
thing?
Yep.
It sounds really stupid, right? Anyway, I guess I'll meet you at the park.
If we had more people, you know, we'd have other people doing these montages, but you know, we had a limited number of people at the time, so you know, it is what it is.
I have a really bad cold, but I guess I'll go see it anyway.
And she holds up his nose.
Yeah. See you later.
Hello. No.
Again,
way.
playing double characters.
They did. Scott is totally gonna kick their butt. Okay, we'll call you back. Bye. Oh.
This was at
Yeah,
night
I
with the
know, it
fucking
was
night
amazing.
vision
You
on.
switched. Hi. Sorry. You switched up.
So Steph and Sam, I like their characters. Steph's obviously supposed to be the stupid one, but the scenes that they have, they're pretty good. If I ever got a chance to do a remake of this, I would have kept that style of scene in. Just like reenact this.
For a blood sandwich. Can you believe it? Yeah, on Saturday. Yeah, I know. We're gonna need as many ska as you can get. Sure.
As
call
many
me
ska.
beforehand.
We don't have a
I'll
lot
help
of
you
people.
get clothes. Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell
Alright,
you. Yep, here's another one. Now I noticed. Let's just rewind that back.
Anyway, I called a whole bunch of people.
So, I like some of their scenes. Obviously, it emphasizes the fact that Steph's character is a fucking dumbass. But as far as adding to the story, it doesn't really, doesn't really play in very well. I don't know if there's... Maybe I could have rearranged these scenes into something a little more sensible, or just something that actually makes sense. I don't know.
How many did you call? Yeah.
But a lot of these scenes just seem kind of out of order.
And I have stuff. Like I got one from Italy because my other finger said yesterday. I need one of those cord thingies.
Cord thingies.
Like a regular phone?
Yeah, like perfectly it.
There's one over here.
Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Honey,
I need to use this.
there's a door.
Oh, okay.
See, look. Press 9 once, then dial your number.
Okay.
Yep. I think they got rid of this room. I think once all the payphones and everything started to go out, I think they got rid of this room. This obviously wasn't a payphone. Any student, if they needed to call someone in a hurry, they could, go and use this phone. But I think my senior year there, they got rid of this room, and I don't know what the hell they did with it, but I don't think it's there anymore. As far as I know. I could be wrong, but I would suspect that people don't need this room anymore just because everyone has a fucking smartphone now, but no.
No, it's not working.
Try it again.
You're so dumb.
I'll give you a little privacy.
I will say that she does play this stupid character very well, so.
Okay.
If this movie was made today, she would be considered a millennial.
Bye.
Her character's way ahead of its time. And of course, she's so dumb that she can't figure out how to open the fucking door. So essentially, she's just trapped herself, when all she has to do is just open the door. Nope. Too stupid to even dial 911. Of course, why the fuck would you do a fucking... You don't do Zoom. You don't do Zoom on films. You do that in post-production. If you have to do Zoom, There's certain little things you do and don't here in filmmaking.
There would be a number of small competitions to determine who was the better school.
Again, you can see John. I don't care for this obviously I don't care for the transition, and it's hard. As you can see, we have more people now, so it's who's on what side. Who you don't. We didn't divide up people as far as you're on team A, you're on team B. It's very uneven, so it's like 3 against 7. You don't do that. It's supposed to be a drawing competition, which just got the fucking red train. Again, we have more people than we did before on this day, so now, alright, so Steph's supposed to be stupid, she obviously jumps and she starts to fly. now we have like a score count or something? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Now this I like. This reminds me of like a sitcom intro. Does have that, and then this just the I don't fucking know. Now, if these two are rival schools, why are they in one building? You know? Which to me makes no sense. So I don't know. Of course, they hit the fucking camera. Why the fuck would you? Why would you put this on the screen? Again, I didn't edit this, so.
And so, the day of truth,
Whatever.
of revenge, was finally upon us. The day of the battle between Colin and Scar.
Now, everyone's supposed to be fighting. In actuality, everyone's just standing around. What I should have done is I should have had people, okay, figure out, okay, are you on Colin or Ska? Paired them up, done close-ups of individual fights. And then just, you could edit them together. But instead I did this wide shot, and you can tell just people are standing around. You can see people standing around. Now, obviously, if you're in a school and you're on the field with a rival school, or in the vicinity of a rival school, you're not going to be standing around just talking. You're going to be at each other's throats. So there was a little, not the greatest play fighting. So this just, I don't really care for the music either. This is probably the closest thing we got to a fight where Will just tackles Cody, almost trips over Ducky. Yeah, it's the explanation. I'm trying to show that this battle has been going on for days. I think that could have been executed a little bit better, but I don't know. People weren't as involved with this as I probably would have hoped. Again, just half-assing amateur hour over here. So now everyone's supposed to be dead. Steph's character is so dumb that she managed to stay alive, whereas everyone else supposedly killed each other, just fighting to the death. So she's like, you know what, well, if everyone else is dead, I'm going to be dead too. And the transition to becoming a zombie. So now everyone's killed themselves and we're all fucking zombies. I don't know how Steph's character manages to be a zombie. I guess she's just so stupid that she goes with it. The only one who looks like the real zombie is probably Cody, with all the fake blood on him. I think he had to throw that shirt out. Bean. So now this I would have kept in. This, if I ever do a remake, I'll keep this in. Outtakes, yep. Yep, here we go. Now somewhere in that conversation, actually, hang on. I'll mute this. Actually, yeah. So somewhere in that conversation, someone brought up the thing MySpace. I was like, MySpace? So, this obviously never got used. I don't know what the hell we were thinking or what we were trying to do with this scene, but it never got used.
Blood everywhere.
Yeah,
This is horrible.
this is what it was supposed to be.
I can't believe I'm doing this to me. I'm so bored. I'm so bored.
I'll kill you.
Yep.
I got
Santa?
So yeah, that's again, So I think that title card was supposed to actually be maybe thrown somewhere in the middle of the film, but instead it got put at the beginning. I don't know. The film is what it is. I seriously doubt I can re-edit this with the footage that I have and make it put some kind of logic behind this. I think it's shot to hell. And if I ever get a chance to do a remake of this, I'll keep some of the stuff in there. Obviously not from this cut, but just reenact some of the good quality scenes, and try to make more sense of it, and hopefully have enough people to distinguish, okay, you're on Team Colin, you're on Team Ska, and just, no, I guess locations would be another issue that I'd run into. I'd have to go to certain schools and ask permission to film. I did show this at a film festival, a bunch of Shaker students, and somehow in the mix, people thought we were making fun of them. Like Colin was supposed to be Colonies, Ska was supposed to be Shaker, and we're supposed to be making fun of Shaker, so some of the students got a little annoyed or something. That wasn't our original intent, I will say that. We had no original, we weren't basing this off of actual places, we were just coming up with weird school names, and we just ran with it, so, I don't know. I guess that was also everyone getting offended by every little thing, so, I don't know. But yeah, that's it. Some good things. I have a love-hate relationship with this film. I love the fact that it actually got put together. I hate the fact that it was executed poorly and that it's kind of a jumbled mess. But it is what it is. So we'll see. Maybe go back and review something else that I've made. Till then, I'm out. Good night, everyone.